Yo, 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 yo. What is good? What is good, everybody? It's your boy Bolo back at it again. What is good? What is good? What's good? Nigas Rosell. Low Frequency Con, what's good? What is good? Chase Taylor, Evo Exotic, Nizzo the artist, Gary Smith, what's good? Good to see all y'all back on here again for another live. If you have not caught one of my lives before, welcome. If you if you're new to lives, it's all good. Just come in here and join in what we're talking about. But yeah, we want to talk about a few things today. I'm actually going to be piggybacking off of what brother Ave McCree was talking about today. He made a video about being a shield, and we're going to be doing a piggyback off of that. That was a very interesting video that he had put up, and I definitely want to talk about that. And yeah, we're going to, have a discussion about that really quick. It's not going to be long. I don't like to be on my lives too long. But just want to have a little conversation on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? G.R. Johnson, what's good? Quaalude, first live, what's good, man? Ducky DeVito, what's good? Quaalude said not the bias. Sometimes we just like the equipment better than others. Like this got better workflow or other than like that. I've yet to find one that has it all. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's go ahead and get right into it while you guys are coming on. And we're going to have like a good conversation. I want you guys to be involved inside of the live chat and make sure you guys are involved in the actual chat that is going to be happening after the live is over with. So if you want to get into the comment section after this live is over with, please do, because I will answer your questions after this live is over with in the comment section. So if you're catching this thing late, too bad. I wish you could have been here. But if you guys are catching this after the live is over with, then we will chat a little bit more in the comment section. What's good, D. Daniels? What's good? Big Hoes. What's good? Adam Lipsky. You got me with that, Big Hoes. What is good? Yurt? What is good? So I was watching A's video the other day, the Shield video. Now, I need some help, first of all, because I'm not up to par with a lot of the YouTube slang. I really don't know what a shield is like that. So if anybody in here knows what a shield is, please let me know so I can really understand it. I think it's somebody that's like kind of, like I'm saying in the title, kind of biased towards a certain product or whatever, or you just kind of go in. I really don't know what a shield is. I haven't really looked it up like that, but if you guys can kind of tell me what a shield is, that would be fantastic so I can kind of build off of that. But from what I was hearing in his video, of course he was, asking like, in so many ways, like, hey, do you guys respect his reviews and everything like that, which he does have some decent reviews. He's very upfront, very honest. And there's nothing wrong with people being honest when it goes, when it comes to like reviewing products and reviewing certain things. Like me, I get a lot of products and I try to review it to the best of my ability in a sense. And then sometimes, we may get products that we may like and, okay, paid to play. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, so a shield basically means like somebody's paying you to use a product and you have to talk all good stuff about it. Is that what we're coming at with it? I just want to be clear before I go too much in it further, because I thought it was just like you just really like a certain product and then you just keep talking about that product over and over and over again. So I want to make sure about that before I go any further. But, he had some good points in the video that he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is, I think that, that a lot of people may take what we do out of context in a sense. Okay, here we go, Gary Smith. A shield, an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts like an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage others. Okay. All right, so basically, it's like, if we get a product from a company and we're just basically trying to like oversell it to you in a sense. Okay, I can kind of see that in a sense. Well, one thing I do want to ask is, with some of you guys, I want to know if some of you guys feel like there's a lot of reviews going on. There's a lot of ads going on. It's a lot of biased reviews in a sense, basically reviews that some of you guys feel that may be paid for or maybe reviews that may not seem authentic in a sense, because, we get a lot of stuff. We get a lot of stuff in, that gets shipped to us. And like I tell you guys a lot, I get a lot of stuff shipped to me as well. Or I get a lot of inquiries from inquiries from different companies that say, hey, we have this product and we want you to put it on your channel and we want to pay you for your time. In a sense, because some companies are like that, and some companies are a little bit, basically Mixed Bus TV saying that his plugin is the best and sometimes better than analog. Okay, I see what you're kind of saying a little bit, but Mixed Bus got some really good videos though. I like Mixed Bus, I like his videos, but I see what you're saying. Okay, so now we kind of breaking this down a little bit. Now, this is the tube. At the end of the day, I know a lot of y'all may think, because y'all see us on YouTube, that we're actually making really big bucks. And I'm here to tell you that you have to have a lot of views, a lot of watch time, a lot of stuff to make really good money on here. And some of you guys know, because some of you guys actually, are doing YouTube to them. Some of y'all are doing it on the side. Some of y'all are just having fun with it. And some of y'all actually making some money. So y'all actually kind of know how much time this stuff takes and how long to make a video and all that stuff really takes to really, actually make some money. Like, to make a video and then put it out and then see the type of growth, or sometimes a growth that doesn't happen. And a lot of times, I think a lot of the viewers that either subscribe to us or whatever, I think a lot of times they think that, well, these guys are making a lot of videos, they're making a whole bunch of money. But the thing about it is, it's not like that. It takes a lot to make a lot on YouTube. And it takes some people, they might can get up here and just talk forever. And then some people just like that and they can make money just by getting in front of the screen and talking. But then there's some people who don't, make that type of revenue in a sense. And I think a lot of times, people get it confused with we're always trying to upsell something that we get. Now, let's just be honest. And I'm going to go through some of y'all chats and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on in my chat right now. I thought my chat was showing up. There it is. But I don't know how some of you guys may feel. But when I do a lot of my reviews, I do a lot of reviews on stuff that I actually like. What's good, some HTK? What's good? I think a lot of times there is some companies that may pay somebody or even somebody. Let's take me, for instance. I'm going to talk about just me. I know I got called out the other day. I did a very quick video, was it last Friday? I did one showing off the new Warm Audio WA 1B, the CL1B compressor remake or whatever with Warm Audio. And I briefly talked about it because I didn't get it. Number one, I didn't get it. And then I was basically just skimming over some of the videos, and I actually watched Cope Caparoon's video, which he did an excellent job on it. And it seemed pretty interesting, but I didn't have it, so I didn't have that much information on it. So what I did is I talked briefly about it. Then I sent everybody to go watch Cope's video because he did a great review on it, great sound test on it. Love his videos. And I did a few other plugins and stuff. Like I went on there and I talked about a few other plugins and everything. It was a very quick video. Didn't get that many views and stuff like that because I know most of the people on the channel like to watch me make beats and stuff like that. But then somebody came on and it was like, it seems like the review wasn't authentic and this, that, whatever. And I'm kind of like, yo. And, I left it in there and I kind of went back and forth with him just a little bit. But I was like, yo, like I didn't even do a review on it because I don't have it. And it just seems, I guess he must have felt like it seems like we're always trying to sell stuff. And then he put in there, it was like, it seems like y'all all got an email from the company to talk about this video and y'all, bring it out all at the same time during the week. And I'm like, nah, like I literally got on, YouTube and I seen it real time just like everybody else. And I was like, yo, let me make a quick video about it because it seems interesting. And, it's something to talk about at least and to talk about a few other stuff that came out that week. And I basically had to tell him, I'm like, nah, I didn't get any email or anything like that. I didn't get any email. I didn't get the product. I didn't get any money. I didn't get nothing. I just wanted to spread the news on what is coming out. And I think a lot of times it kind of hit me in a sense. It was like, man, a lot of people might not like us doing reviews. And that's the way I'm getting. And it's like, okay, do you want us to do reviews or not? Do you want us to just say, okay, you know what? We're going to get a product, just work on it in front of your faces and then not talk about it, which is almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to do the best I can with everything that I get, number one. You know what I'm saying? And I feel what you're saying, Ant 1198. Hold on. You look for that name sounds familiar right there. I don't know if I know you're not. But but yeah, it is somewhat lucrative because you're working with a lot of companies. Now, let's get it straight. One thing about me is if I like the product, I'm going to do a review on it. But if it's some bullshit involved with it, I'm going to let you guys know as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been critical of several different products that have been out here. You know what I'm saying? I've been very critical with the MPC stuff. I've been very critical with Native Instruments, especially with the machine stuff. And I think a lot of times, people don't look at that point. I think they just look at all the good stuff like, oh, all they do is talk about all the good stuff, but they never talk about none of the bad stuff. And the reason why is because some of these YouTubers or some of these people on these other platforms who are reviewing this, we kind of like try to dodge that. You know what I'm saying? Because we've all started somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I've started, with reviewing basically Amazon products. That was like my first thing, was reviewing Amazon products. And then we've all got sucked into, reviewing certain VSTs that you guys might not like, i.e. the drum monkey. You know what I'm saying? And, with that type of a situation, even with that situation, I kept it as real as possible, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, you reviewed the drum monkey. I hate that guy. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, well, at the end of the day, like I say in the comments, I was like, listen, that's that man's price. I actually like the drum monkey. But over time, I was like, you know what? I don't think the price is right. I think the price might be, it might be a little too high. But I actually like the actual VST. I like it. And then, I did a few other smaller products and then worked with a few other smaller VST companies. And I went through that. So now at this point, there's certain companies that I would not do a review on, for the simple fact that it's not going to entice me to do a great review on it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do something where I'm happy to pull this out the box and to actually work on it and work with it. And if I don't have that feeling, it's very hard for me to do that type of review. Very hard. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all know I do a lot of stuff with Zounds.com. You know what I'm saying? I love what Zounds is doing with a lot of people being able to order stuff without a credit or background check, and you can just, order it through them. Shameless plug. But I send a lot of people to my Zounds.com link because I really enjoy telling people about that, because I think it can help a lot of people out who might be a little low on funds, and you can get some equipment and work on it. And what I do is I try to get as much as equipment as I can from them to do product reviews, so I can inform you guys on my, on how I feel about that certain product, my take on that product, basically. And sometimes I'm really excited about it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm kind of not excited about it, because I thought it would have been better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, YouTube is a good source of income, but it's not my prime source of income. Like I still get paid off my records, still get paid off publishing. I'm very grateful that I can still get the type of money that I make off there. I'm still grateful that I can travel and work with artists and stuff like that. But I love being on here and showing you guys products and showing you guys what I do. And every so often, I kind of go a little bit above and beyond to show you guys something a little extra, or maybe talk about things as extra, even like this. Hit away on the beat said Bolo Rich. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm rich in life. Yes, I'm very happy. My kids are good. My girl is good. My family is good. So yes, I am rich. Yes, I am rich. Beyond money, I'm rich. Loop Hop is good. Whatever his name is, Loop Hop. Yeah, he's very good. I like how he does his reviews. And yeah, I see that he gives pros and cons, doesn't provide affiliate links. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like that. They don't provide affiliate links or different things like that. But me, I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, hey, if I'm reviewing this product and and somebody is liking this product that I'm reviewing and they go out and buy it, I don't see nothing wrong with me making a little commission off of it, to tell you the truth. The commission's not that much, but you know what I'm saying? It's good. Zounds does me pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm going to promote it, because at the end of the day, YouTube doesn't really pay that much. You know what I'm saying? Ever since the shorts came around, this has been a totally different ball game. And I'm a shorts guy. I do a lot of the funny stuff on shorts, but I'm just not a person who just dives into shorts like that with a lot of people, like a lot of people do. I'm the type of person that I like to do long form content and then come on live sometime and talk to y'all as well, because lives are pretty good too. Like I like being on the lives and just having a good time with you guys on live. But sometimes, when I do like a product review or whatever, I know some people really want you just to dive deep into it and say, oh, well, how do you feel about it? Whatever. And a lot of times I tell people, you got to understand that I'm doing this review from my point of view. It doesn't mean that it's 100% right. It doesn't mean that I am the last person to say, oh, like this is the best product ever made. You know what I'm saying? And if I like something, I'm going to use it. Like I know a lot of times y'all might see the MP behind me or the keyboard behind me, but if I'm buying certain things, I actually use it, and then I put my original setup back up to where it is. Like, you know, I had the real tall rack, which I still have that. But a lot of times I switch things out because, you know, just being in the studio, sometimes you got to switch things out to make things a little fresh. You know what I'm saying? And I think what the last review I did, big review I did, was on the RME interface, which a lot of you guys enjoyed that review because a lot of you guys have already been telling me about the RME, and I never tried it out. So I really couldn't give nothing. You know, to y'all about the RME interface until I actually tried it, and I actually liked it. I like how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? It's a few things about the interface that, you know, that's a little further that I didn't talk about because I didn't go that deep into like the you know, the whole mix control thing and this, that, whatever, the software for it. I just went by the sound because that's the most important thing to me, is the sound. And the sound of it is very clean. Like it's one of the cleanest sounding interfaces I've ever been across. You know what I'm saying? However, at the same time, I like the Focusrite interface. I like the Focusrite 4th generation interface. Sounds great for the price. And I try to be, you know, as real as possible, because for the price of that Focusrite interface, it's only $200, but it sounds really good. Like CT Native, the Temu mic. A lot of people have came and talked about that Temu mic, like, yo, that Temu mic wasn't that bad. It shocked the hell out of me too, because once I got done the video, I was like, yo, I was kind of clowning that mic, but it actually sounded good. And it, you know, some people got it for $3. But I think a lot of times, I think people think that we're just getting a whole bunch of money. I think a lot of people think we're just getting a whole bunch of money from these companies, and we're just, we're happy about this person, or we're happy about that. Like, just to be honest, there was another company who tried to reach out to me, and they wanted me to do a review on some of their products, and I wasn't too keen with the company, but I told them, I said, hey, look, if you want me to review your products, this is what I want. This is what you got to pay me to do this, and I'm going to have to give a honest review. You know what I'm saying? And the company basically was like, well, in so many words, they were like, well, we need to have a good review. So if you can't give us a good review, we're going to pay you this, and then we can just send you the products. And I was like, no. I countered the offer with something different. And they were like, well, we can't do that. And I was like, well, hey, I'm sorry. I can't do it. It's all good. And this was over $1,000. It was actually over $1,000. And I turned it down because I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that, because I'm not going to, have somebody try to pay me off in a sense. Like if I was a younger, and I mean like not younger, but like a young YouTuber, like just being on the platform for a young amount of time. If I was somebody like that, I probably would have took that and been like, oh, it sounds great, did this and did that, but I would have felt bad because I really would have felt like I don't need that on my rep. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they pretty much wanted me, and it's kind of like lie on their products, but the thing about it is, if the product was dope, I wouldn't have lied on it, but I didn't know how the products were. You know what I'm saying? So even if the products were good, I could have said great things, but if the product was bad, I would still had to try to make it sound great without making it sound bad. You know what I'm saying? But, as what you're saying, Real Dean, like, I didn't want to put myself in that situation of lying to you guys. That's the thing. I don't want to sit here and lie to people because I'm beyond that point. I've been through that with companies, and they're like, oh, look, just, we're going to do this and do that, and you just give a review on it. Now, some people may say, well, what about your fascination with Akai? Well, I've been an MPC user before I was even contacted to do any type of videos and stuff like that. Like, I had physically paid money out of my pocket for MPCs before. And I had an MPC. It was great to me. Everything was cool. And I was good with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was good with it. And then I took some time off from it, and I came back to it. And I actually bought an MPCX, and then I was working on that for a while. And then after a while, I finally got contacted. And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. I guess they see the work that I'm doing, and let's go from there. And it took a while to get to that point. And shout out to everybody over there at Akai and everything who look out and say, hey, look, test out some products and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of products I didn't get from them. Like, I never received the MPC-1 from them. I never received, a lot of stuff. I did get the MPC Special Edition. You know what I'm saying? I did get that. But that was kind of like a last minute thing with the MPC-1, because actually, when he was actually in town, doing his rounds with the MPC-1, I reached out. I was like, hey, Andy from, Akai was down here in Atlanta. He did a lot of stuff with a lot of producers here. And I hit him up. He was like, hey, I'm down here, just doing some runs and stuff like that. I want you to check this out. Hit him up. He came by my spot. And actually, to be honest with you guys, me and Honorable C-Note did a video making a beat on the MPC-1 before it dropped. Don't know why the video ain't come out, because we made a hard-ass beat. Oh, man, we made a hard-ass beat on the MPC-1. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they ain't put it out. I don't know. I don't know. But I still received the MPC-1. But you know what I'm saying? I wish that video would have came out, man. That video was hard. I might need to try to hit up Andy, man, and be like, yo, bro, what's going on with that video? Like, the people need to see that. That beat came out hard. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that's what it is with some of these companies. Some of these companies, they're, they may feel, some people in the company may feel slighted, or they might feel a certain way of how you come at the certain products or whatever. But then sometimes they'll be like, okay, everything is all good. Nah, we straight. It's this, that, whatever. It was just, this, that, whatever. But at the end of the day, I got to keep it 1,000. If I want to review a product and a company didn't give it to me, I would just buy it. You know what I'm saying? I'll just buy it. There's a few products in here that I actually bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, like, I had an MPCX before I was given that. I had an MPC Live 2 before I was, gifted anything from Akai. You know what I'm saying? All my keyboards and stuff like that. All that stuff was already bought already. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to Native Instruments. Native Instruments came and they hooked me up with so much stuff, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I love Native Instruments. I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with all the sounds and everything like that. But they don't come to me and say, hey, you need to do this. Akai doesn't either. You know what I'm saying? They like an honest review. And Native Instruments, I've had gripes with them forever, especially about the machine. I've always had an issue about the machine and stuff like that, because I was like, yo, this thing can be really dope. What's going on? Like, what's going on with the new machine? Like, people are asking for it. And I know people keep asking me, like, yo, is a new machine coming out, this, that, whatever. I really don't know. I don't know. Your guess is better than mine. But the thing I like about certain companies is they will still send you stuff, and then they will say, hey, look, do a review on this. We're going to need it back. Or some companies might say, hey, look, you can take this piece of equipment, just do a review on it, and you be you on that. We don't care what you say. Just be honest, and we're going to take that information, and we're going to go ahead and try to either make our product better, or we're going to just kind of listen to you and jot that down and just put that in a note and be like, okay, that's what you said. All right. My thing is, I always try to keep it 1,000 when it comes to certain things. Like when I did the review for the new Native Instruments MIDI controller, I really like it. I use it. I use it a lot when I'm producing and stuff like that. I actually use it a lot because I'm actually a fan of the Native Instruments M32 keyboard, which I take with me just about everywhere on the road. I love the Akai version of their keyboard. There was the 37 key. I love their keyboard, but I just like the Native Instruments one a little bit better. But I use both of them. But when I'm on the road, I like the Native Instruments one because all I got to do is just plug that bad boy in, and the scripts are already detected by Logic, and the scripts are already detected by just about every program. And I don't have to add any other scripts or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And what I try to do is like how you're saying right here, Producer Noise, I try to make these videos so companies can kind of hear what I'm trying to say from a multi-platinum producer's perspective. Okay? Let's not forget this. And I don't say this lightly. I am a multi-platinum producer, whether it was by luck, whether it's by chance, whether it's by me just being good at what I do. But nobody can take away that I sold 13 million records. Nobody can take that away from me. And I've actually sold more than that. I just didn't get credit on some of my other ones. But I did more than that. But for me being in the studio with certain producers and certain artists and certain writers, I have a different perspective than some people because I can come at it in a way from a professional sense of how these things work in the studio and how it can benefit us as producers in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And some companies take note of Producer Noise. Some companies take note of it, and some don't. Because you just can't take it from my side as a platinum producer. You have to take it aside from a consumer side as well. That's just how it is. But regardless of what product I'm using, I'm going to look at it from a standpoint of efficiency. That's number one with me. Efficiency. Number two, how it sounds. Let me say this again. Number one, efficiency. Number two, how it sounds. Just as simple as that. And if it's efficient, it works because right now, with how we can run stuff into the computers and manipulate stuff like that, we can make things sound good that don't typically sound good. Like I can take an old Casio keyboard, play one sound of it, run that bad boy in Logic. I can make a whole instrument out of it and do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But what some people fail to realize is, like on a consumer side, consumers actually work a little bit slower than maybe producers in the studio because they don't have to be as efficient. They can go in, come to the crib, work on their stuff, do their thing, kind of relax, whatever, because that's just what you can do at your crib. But like somebody like me, if I'm going out and I have to make a certain beat for a certain artist in a certain amount of time, some of these artists might pay for 4 or 5 studio hours and they trying to get as much stuff done as possible. So I need to have my equipment that makes me the most efficient at that time. Now, when I'm at when I'm at my crib, it's more about getting the sonics and everything else the way I need to get it. And to tell you the truth, I don't have that much stuff. I don't have that much stuff here at my house, like to really just go in and, like some people have so much, outboard gear and stuff like that. I don't have that much stuff here at the house to do all of that. So I do the best I can, even though I do have a pretty good amount of stuff here. I'm not the type of person who likes to hoard a lot of stuff that I don't really need. And I feel with the way computers and stuff are, and I feel the way how these programs and stuff are, and how some of these plugins sound, they're not bad. Like, a lot of people, they'll do these tests online and they'll do these blind tests And all these people who swear they can hear, oh, it sounds so musical. Oh, it sounds so this and it sounds so that. You do a blind test with a lot of these people and they'll pick the cheapest product. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I say a product is good, I feel that the product is good from not just from a multi-platinum producer's point. I'm looking at it from the point of from a consumer as well, because that's what I was first. I'm still a consumer to this point. I'm still a consumer. I still buy stuff. I don't get everything shipped to me for free. I don't get paid for every single video. It just does not happen like that. Sometimes I have to pay to make my videos, and sometimes I don't make a return on my video. Like if I spend $500 on a product, sometimes that video might only make $80. You know what I'm saying? But I do have the product. You know what I'm saying? I remember that real dealing with the pay less in the luxury shop, and people like, oh, these shoes are, you could tell they're really expensive shoes, and they didn't know. Like a lot of blind tests with a lot of these products out here, a lot of the blind tests, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Stefan Bell. Thank you. With a lot of these blind tests, a lot of these people pick the cheap products because a lot of this stuff sounds damn near the same. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I did a test between my Universal Audio X6, my Focusrite 2i2, the 4th generation, and I did one on the RME interface. I haven't put the video out yet, but the results, and this is not with the YouTube compression turned on. This is straight out the computer. You know what I'm saying? Straight out the computer. And I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy. Because right now it's a lot of stuff that sounds really good and works really good in the studio. And I'm trying to highlight as much of that as I can. But then some people say, well, oh, man, you're just doing too much. It's too much reviews. It's too much this, that. I think you're a shield. And I'm like, man, what the hell is that? I didn't know what the hell a shield was. I didn't really know what it was. I seen people talk about it. I kind of figured that's what it was. But I was like, I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times, people don't understand that we're just trying to do the best we can to try to inform you, because right now we are the guys who worked in the music stores. To be truthfully honest, we're the new age guys who work in the music stores. You know, I remember back in the day, you used to walk in a music store and you always say, hey man, what do you think about this product? What do you think about that? And they'll come and they'll give you a review on it. And a lot of times it'd be complete bullshit because they never really used it. They couldn't take none of the products home. You know what I'm saying? They could somewhat test it at the store, but they could never really just test it at home. And they'll be like, yeah, those speakers sound amazing. You should get them. You know what I'm saying? So they can earn a commission off of them. My thing is, if I do anything dealing with speakers or headphones and stuff like that, I really can't do a review on that because speakers are designed to meet different people's needs. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's multiple speakers out here, because if it's like that, one speaker would be great for everything. But my thing is, they make different compressors. They make different everything. They have very expensive compressors, very cheap compressors, very expensive EQs, very cheap EQs. It's whatever your budget and whatever your taste is like. If you feel like you can get that sound, I never say, oh, man, this is horrible, this is whatever. I just say it might not work for me. Or I'll say, hey, y'all should check it out on your own because it might be something that could help you out. But I try to walk a fine line with that because sometimes you can sit here and be like, yeah, this thing sounds really good. And some people are like, oh, man, it sounds like crap. But, yeah, you might think it sounds like crap, but somebody else might actually like it. It's certain things that I hear that maybe somebody who hasn't really been in a professional setting cannot hear. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to make sure, and I try to give the most honest review as possible. And I usually try to like a product first before I even review it. That's the thing. I try to like the product before I review it. If I don't like the product, it's going to be very hard for me to review it. I'm sorry. I'm just past that point, because no amount of money can get me to say I like a product that sounds terrible. You know what I'm saying? I cannot do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times, now with software companies, a lot of software companies, they'll give you like certain software for free, because it's just software. It's not like it's hardware or whatever. They give you some software. It's nothing but a license. And then some of these companies will actually give you a license, but they'll only give you a license for like 2 or 3 months. I never do those companies. Companies who will limit you on using that product, I can't do it, because yes, the first time I use that product, I might initially like it. But then as the more and more I use it, I try to use as much to see if it fits into my workflow over time. And if it does not fit into my workflow, it's something, you know what I'm saying? It's something I might not like in the future. So I might want to come revisit that and say, it was cool at first, but I really don't use it in my workflow because of this. You know what I'm saying? And then some people might have actually bought it at the front, but at the beginning, but it's like, dang, I try to come back. I try to right my wrongs. If I feel like I did people wrong, y'all know I always come back with a video and be like, hey, I have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Caro said, despite your success as a producer who managed to get on Billboard, do you have a moment when you burnt out and abandoned your efforts despite having professional equipment? What's good, DDS? What's good, man? Yeah, sometimes you get burnt out. You get burnt out a lot. You know what I'm saying? And what I do is, if I get burnt out, I just don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But just make beats. And it's not even making beats for you guys online. It's just making beats for me. Because being on here, you can get burnt out, because it's only so much stuff you can talk about on here. It's only so many products and things that you can talk about. It's only so much stuff you can talk about the MP. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much. It's only so much stuff you can talk about on a keyboard. It's only so much. But when new products come out, we try to jump on that, because it kind of gives us the news in a sense. And then we try to do reviews on it, even if we don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people all the time, like, if you need equipment, like when I talk about Zounds, if you need some equipment today, use my link. Okay? Hold on. Let me do this real quick. If you need some Zounds.com equipment right now, go ahead and click that link in the description. If you need a case for analog cases, go ahead and click that link in the description. You know what I'm saying? But what I like to do is I like to tell people to do your research first on it and then get it. That's simple. You don't have to get it that day. It's a lot of times I do videos and people don't order that stuff until weeks later. A lot of times people order it towards the end of the month, really. I see when all the orders come in. But, take your time. It's not a rush to get anything. I'm like that still to this day. I don't care if it's $3. I'm like, I don't know. Do I really need that? Do I really need cheese on those breadsticks? Oh, well, like, not cheese on the breadsticks, but like I love Texas toast. So I'm like, do I need to pay the extra 85 cents for the cheese on it, or should I just get the regular garlic? You know what I'm saying? I just keep the garlic. I got some cheese at the house I can sprinkle on there. I'm that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to spend my money wisely. It's a lot of little gadgets and stuff I got around here, and I had to stop buying that. I had to just start buying the real stuff that I needed. Knowing that I needed it, I just started buying the real stuff, because at the end of the day, when you buy the real stuff, you don't have to second guess that purchase. You know you got the real deal. And there's nothing, when you buy the real thing, it's pretty much nothing better than that until they make something better than that. You know what I'm saying? But when you buy something cheap, you know it's something better than that. You know that. But when you buy the real thing that you always wanted, you know that this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I purchase stuff now, I try to purchase the best I can. So I don't have to second guess to feel like, dang, I need to send this back because I don't think it's the right thing. I think a lot of times you need to get the stuff that you know is going to hurt, I mean, not hurt, but help your workflow. And it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt your pockets too much after you do it. You know what I'm saying? Beats by Disney, have you ever had producer block? Of course, all the time. All the time. But you just got to keep working. And when you have producer block, just try something different. And it's a lot of times when I have producer block is when people like my beats better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, gear acquisition syndrome. I have gas. I've had it a couple times. Had to go into rehab for it. But, you know, I had to really say to myself, is this piece of equipment going to make me a better producer? No. Is it going to make my sound better? Yeah. And that's what you got to think, okay? When you buy these plugins and stuff, is it going to make you better? That's what you got to ask yourself. And then if I'm doing a review on it, is the review going to make you feel like you need to get it, or is it going to make you feel like you need to research it? My thing is try to research a lot of stuff. Even if I'm doing a review or anybody else is doing a review on it, you should always do research on what you're getting. Because this is your hard-earned money. You don't want nobody to just tell you, hey, you need to go ahead and get this. You need to get this. No. You know what I'm saying? Do your research on it before you get it. That's the best way to me. Do some research on it before you get it. And then you'll be more satisfied with it. Because the last thing you want to do is buy something and then you have to send it back. Then you have to go and ship it back and take it. Some people ship certain things back. But like I tell people all the time, like certain people had sent back like the MPCs and like MPC Key 61s. And I try to tell people the MPC is not for everybody, which I do have another video for that as well. The MPCs are not for everybody. They're not. The MPCs are not for everybody. They're only for people who really want to work on MPCs. And I tell people that all the time. Just because you see me working on it doesn't mean it's going to be best for you. But if you feel like it could be something that can help you out, then of course do it. But you don't have to sit here and buy MPC because I'm saying, hey, this thing is dope. You know what I'm saying? We all know that Lamborghinis are dope. But that doesn't mean we have to go out and get one. You know what I'm saying? We all would want to test drive it or drive it around. Just like I let certain people in the studio, I let them use my MPC in the studio. But I'm not saying, hey, you guys need to go and pick this up today. Use my link on Zounds.com. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying, hey, man, if you think it's dope, pick one up. And they're like, okay, yeah, I might try it out. If they get it, they get it. And a lot of times they'll send me a pic like, I went and got one, man. I'm going to test it out. All right, cool. There it is. There it is. So that's the way you got to look at it, especially when we do these reviews and everything. And are they biased reviews? A lot of times, to be honest with you, it's probably 50-50. There's a lot of people who might get a little bread and might say, okay, yeah, this thing is dope. I get it because you got the bread. But then it's about 50% that don't care about that. It's like it's really like that. And then you might get some people who might really just jump off the deep end and just take the bait for it. And then, you got a whole bunch of people buying a whole bunch of bad stuff. And that's what I don't want to do. Early in my career on here, I would have probably took the money, but now it's like, hell no, I can't do that. I cannot do it. You know what I'm saying? I cannot do it. So do you think that we're kind of like overdoing it with the views? Some people ask me that. I'm like, I don't think so, because I think another one that's a way to, have people watch your videos. Number one is, doing that. And you'll have some news and some things to talk about. But I think everybody has a place on here. And I think that their reviews and their opinions are to be respected, because we have to have some type of a honesty system on here. And what you say, channel the spirit, more like 70-30, 70 paid BS and 30% honest. It could be that. Could be that. Could be that. But like I try to tell people a lot of times, you got to look at YouTube as like a big infomercial. Like the ones that come on late night. It's like, yeah, or like the Home Shopping Network. The Home Shopping Network, this is great. This is beautiful. It's great. It's great. This is beautiful. Oh my God, the spatula. It's the best spatula in the world. This is what. And you got a whole bunch of old folks calling in like, yeah, I needed a spatula, and that looks like the best spatula ever made, and I want to get it. Yeah, right. I be sitting there looking like, man, that shit look like something I could have got right out of Walmart for $4.99. You know what I'm saying? But like Max says, he has, we all have different experiences with different gear. I know some people that has all the cheap stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know some people who are just like the Focusrite interface, a little, decent little blue bottle microphone, like an art preamp, or like the art channel strip, some like some cheap KRKs, you know what I'm saying? A little MIDI keyboard, and they fine. On like a cheap desk, and they're fine. Because that's, they did their research on what they like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to take everything really, you got to take everything, with a grain of salt, really, because you got to do your own research with everything. If somebody came to you on the street and said, hey, buy this chain, you're going to be like, shit, man, what the hell? I don't even know if that's real. It might not be real. But if there is a trusted jeweler on the street and says, hey, this is a really good chain for a really good price, somebody who's trusted, you might think twice, like, I ain't really looking for no chain, but he said it's kind of good, so let me try it. But he's trusted. So that's what I'm saying, like, when, is there a lot of biased reviews and stuff like that? I believe it could be a little bit, but I don't think it's as much as a lot of people think. Maybe that just could be my logical thinking, but I don't know. But I know one thing about me. If I don't like it, I'm not reviewing it, first of all. And if I do like it, I'm going to review it to the best of my ability. And a lot of times I might not go as deep, especially if there's already videos being like super technical on it. It doesn't need to be another super technical video. Sometimes you let the super technical people do their thing. And then sometimes I might just be the overviewer who might say, hey, look, it has some mic inputs in the front, it has some MIDI stuff in the back, has this, has that, and guess what? To my ears, it sounds really good. You know what I'm saying? How's the RME? Have you played around with the routing possibilities yet? Yes, I have. It's decent. I like the total mix. I think it's what it is, total mix or whatever like that on there. It's decent. Only thing about it is I can't use it in a live setup. Right now, the UAD is perfect with the loop back and everything for a live setup. The RME is cool, but it's not better so far as using the UA console for a live setup. I've seen some stuff online about it, but I haven't seen what UAD has. It doesn't have that so far as like a live setup. And that's the only thing that I can really say that I do not like about the RME. The RME sounds very clean, very clean converters and everything in there. But the live stream thing is the only thing why I don't use it more, because I like to live stream. Like I got the beat review tomorrow night. I want to live stream. So that's one thing that I do not like about the RME. Other than that, sounds great. So I have to debate a few things. And basically the RME and the UAD stuff sounds great. It's just that the RME sounds one way, the UAD stuff sounds something totally different. Not totally different, but they just both have a different sound. The UAD is a little bit more weightier to me. You know what I'm saying? But the RME is super duper clean. So, you know, it's two different sounds, and you just got to kind of choose what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you got to look at it. You just got to kind of choose what you want. That's how this thing works. But yeah, you know, I think this is a good conversation to have. I want to know you guys' thoughts and your feelings on this. And if you're catching this this live late, I'm gonna replay everything back over again so you guys can, you know, catch up to speed what I was talking about. But y'all let me know after the stream is over with. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and how you guys feel about this. All right. So let's have a conversation about it. I'm gonna have a few more lives discussing a few more topics that kind of affect us as, you know, as basically personalities here on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed our time on here. I'm gonna be doing more lives as well. And hope you guys learned something. And like I always say, peace out.